Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the TCGPlayer, King of Games. And today, we're going to be watching an excellent matchup as Chip 102 Palettes Gravekeepers against TJ in his Relinquished deck inside of a gold format. Now, Chip's going to start off by activating Delinquent Duo, paying 1,000 of his life points to discard one card from TJ's hand. And now TJ must follow suit, discarding another card from his hand to the graveyard because that's how Delinquent Duo works. This GOAT format is a 2005 format, right before Cybernetic Revolution. Of course it was before Cybernetic Horizon, but right before Cybernetic Revolution, so no Cyber Dragon, and it is a very, very fun format to play. Now, people call it GOATs because there is an actual, really great deck called GOATs. you would think so, right? But there are so many other great decks, and today I'm going to be showing you just two other really good decks that can be very powerful inside of GOAT format. Now, TJ is going to set two cards face down and then pass it right back to Chip. Chip's trying to build up on his resources, and he's going to take advantage of those low defense monsters with the monster he's going to summon next. Now, GOATs is obviously built around Scapegoat, and when Chip can summon big monsters like Gravekeeper's Spear Soldier to his side of the field and inflict piercing damage, it can be very valuable attacking into his face down card. TJ is going to go ahead and respond with Ring of Destruction, allowing him to destroy that Gravekeeper Spear Soldier and inflict 1,500 damage to both players' life points. Keep in mind, Chip's life points should actually be at 5,500, not 65, but I'm pretty sure you guys are good at maths. TJ's then going to follow up his turn with a Mystical Space Typhoon, but Chip has the response and does Tornado to destroy the face down Scapegoat that TJ is forced to use, or he's going to lose value. Now, in this particular turn, since Scapegoat was activated, TJ cannot normal summon or set, so he's in a not so great position. Gold format's a lot slower than you guys think, so your normal summon's pretty important. He's going to pass his turn right back to Chip. Chip's going to go ahead and Nobleman of Cross out TJ's Magician of Faith. And now, since it was a flip effect monster, both players must look through their deck and banish all Magician of Faiths in their deck. Now, we know that this Gravekeeper build does not play Magician of Faith, or at least we think we know. Chip's going to go ahead and check just to verify. And since Chip did go ahead and verify, his opponent is allowed to verify since he did not banish 3 copies of Magician of Faith. So both players checking out each other's deck just to verify the contents inside of the strategy. A lot of times when you get off a Nobleman of Crossout, you want to check your opponent's deck because those oftentimes can reveal what your opponent is playing. You don't see Blackluster Soldier in their main board. More often than not, they have it in their hand. Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force, those staple cards. It'll give you some really good information on what the player has in their hand. So go ahead and check your opponent's deck when that Nobleman of Crossout does hit a flip effect monster and they can't banish those 3 cards, or if a card is limited to 1 or whatever restriction it is, if they can't banish that many amount. So both players are definitely taking their sweet old time. 2 grandmas going at it. Get your canes together, ladies and gentlemen. Get your walkers. Who will win? They're going to return their respective decks back to each other. And Chip is going to follow up with another summon of Gravekeeper's Spear Soldier. And since TJ has 4 Scapegoats, it looks like TJ is going to be taking some direct damage today. Spear Soldier attacking into a defense position monster inflicts 1,500 more damage to TJ. But is he? Yes, he is going to attack into that monster, bringing TJ down to 5,000 life points. This is going to be pretty insane, especially seeing that in GOAT format, your resource, life points, is a very, very important resource. You can't live without those. TJ responding by normal summoning Tsukiyomi to his side of the field, flipping the Spear Soldier face down, and then allowing him to attack into it. It's 1,100 attack to the Spear Soldier's 1,000 defense. During the end phase, Tsukiyomi is going to return to the hand, leaving TJ with less monsters on the field, but don't worry. Unless Chip can respond with another Spear Soldier, then I'm pretty sure his life points are safe, seeing that he does have 3 monsters on the field. So Chip's going to go ahead and start off his turn, and yes, GOAT format does seem a lot slower than what you guys see. And today, I think it's a very nice way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! When you're just tired of the fast-paced format. Sometimes you guys want to slow it down, and GOAT format can be exciting in that aspect. Now, Chip is going to go ahead and flip summon that Gravekeeper's Guard to remove a token from the side of the field, and then he's going to tribute that Gravekeeper's Guard for Gravekeeper's Chief. Now, this card's actually really good because it prevents your graveyard from being affected by Necrovalley, but more importantly, when it's tribute summoned, he can special summon a Gravekeeper monster to his side of the field. He's going to go ahead and special summon Gravekeeper Spear Soldier back to his side of the field, inflict 1,500 more damage to TJ. He's getting damage off even though TJ has monsters on the field. TJ is going to go ahead and normal summon his Manju of 10,000 hands, and now the Relinquished deck has this opportunity to pop off. he's going to add Black Illusion Ritual from his deck to his hand, and he's going to be able to summon one of the more powerful monsters inside of the deck, obviously, because it's a Relinquished deck. Using Manju of the 10,000 hands for Black Illusion Ritual, he's going to ritual summon Relinquished. I gotta say it like that every single time. Yes, I know. And he's gonna use Relinquish to absorb the Gravekeeper's Chief, which is now makes the Relinquish 1900 attack, and attacking over the Gravekeeper's Spear Soldier. So Relinquish is really powerful. It's almost like a Snatch Steal in the form of, if your opponent actually decides to battle Relinquish, they'll take the exact same damage and Relinquish stays on the field, allowing you to absorb another monster. Now, if he combines that with Tsukiyomi, he can flip the Relinquish face down, flip it back face up, and then absorb another monster. So the TJ is going to go ahead and attack with Relinquished again, but it's met with Ring of Destruction. Keep in mind, this Ring of Destruction is pre-errata, so yes, the monsters or the damage will be inflicted to both players' life points. TJ down to 1900, Chip down to 4200. This is insane, ladies and gentlemen. This is exciting. Both players really trying to figure it out. It's also really fun to see players play GOAT because it takes you to a whole different environment. The extra deck is almost non-existent. Links, of course they don't exist. Pendulums, what are those? We're in 2005. We are so far old in this game. So TJ is going to go ahead and normal summon, or I'm sorry, Chip's going to go ahead and normal summon Gravekeeper's Assailant, but it doesn't have the dagger yet. He's going to bring TJ down to 100 life points and give him an opportunity to come back to the game, which TJ is going to take full advantage of, banish a light and dark monster for Blackluster Soldier, then normal summoning Tsukiyomi to his side of the field, which is interesting because Tsukiyomi's effect to flip face down is mandatory. He's going to use the Blackluster Soldier to attack into the Gravekeeper's Assailant, and then he's going to attack again, less damage than what he would have done, now that you think about it, because 15, he would have did 15 and 3000, that actually would have been enough to win the game. No, I have Chip down as 4,200 life points. Or maybe I don't. Maybe he isn't supposed to be. No, he is supposed to be down at 4,200. So yeah, that's crazy. Blackluster Soldier attacks for 15, and then it attacks again for 3,000. That's 4,500 life points. But since he flipped the monster face down, he's going to get 3,000. He's only going to get 4,100. That is crazy. And actually, it doesn't really matter. Wait, why does monsters go to the graveyard? No, it looks like, yeah, he's going to win that game. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. That was really crazy. So Leo didn't even have, or Chip didn't even have any responses to it. So it almost doesn't matter. Quick maths, TJ should have won right then and there. So Chip's going to go ahead and set a monster in defense position with a Necrovalley and pass his turn. And TJ is going to go ahead and follow up by normal summoning Manju of the 10,000 hands. Now, 10,000 hands is going to add him Relinquish from his deck to his hand. And now he's poised to make some plays. One can assume that that's a Gravekeeper Spy face down, but TJ's going to bravely attack into it. Or no, he's adding Relinquished again? What are you doing? Or he's probably showing Chip that he added the Relinquish. He's bravely attacking into what we would thought was a Gravekeeper Spy, but nope, it's a Sangan. Sangan's probably going to go ahead and fetch Chip that Gravekeeper Spy. And if you guys looking at the mat that you see and you like what you see, ladies and gentlemen, then yes, I know where you guys can get the plug for these mats. Go ahead and check out the description. It is Imperium Duelist. You can get 10% off your entire purchase by using the TheCaliEffect or the promo code TheCaliEffect 10 off. Go ahead and check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Imperium Duelist has some really, really cool product. So TJ has a card face down to the Manju with a 10,000 hands. I think it's going to be up to Leo or Chip. Why do I keep calling Leo? Up to Chip 102 to make a strong comeback. So Chip following up with his turn, he's going to normal summon Breaker the Magical Warrior, using Breaker the Magical Warrior's effect to destroy TJ's face down card, but it just so happens to be a Ring of Destruction. He's going to destroy that Breaker of the Magical Warrior and inflict 1,600 damage to both players' life points. That's going to put Chip at a pretty bad spot. Not only did he lose his normal summon, he's wide open for an attack. So he does have Necrovalley to prevent TJ from messing with the graveyard, but that almost doesn't mean anything when TJ can just go for direct damage right now, which is put a fearsome amount of monsters on the field, or maybe just another monster, because Special Summoning isn't like, it isn't common, ladies and gentlemen. TJ is going to go ahead and use his turn by start off his turn by using Graceful Charity, drawing 3 additional cards and then discarding 2 cards from his hand. He's going to go ahead and send Scapegoat and Nobleman across out to the graveyard. And now he's going to normal summon another Manju of the 10,000 hands. 10,000 hands will probably get him a Black Illusion Ritual. No, it looks like he's getting a Relinquished. Changing his mind right into the Black Illusion Ritual as we would expect. We already seen him add the Relinquished from his deck to his hand, so it would be pretty interesting for him to add another Relinquish, or it just meant that he had a really cloggy hand. He's going to inflict 2,800 damage to Chip, bringing him down to 3,600 life points, set 2 cards face down, and then pass his turn right back to Chip. What can he do to break this board? 1,400 attack, mind yous, too strong. Chip starting off with his very own Graceful Charity himself. He's going to get 3 more cards from his deck, and now he has to discard 2 cards. It's going to be really exciting to see what he discards. He still has the Necrovalley presence on the field, so we can shut down the opponent from touching the graveyard. No, no, no. Chip's going to try to go in right now. So sending from his hand to the graveyard, I know we saw a Nobleman Crossout. Can't really verify the very last card, but he's going to set a card face down, a monster in defense, and 2 more cards face down and pass it right back to TJ. Does TJ have the Nobleman Crossout? No, he has the Monju to attack into his monster. And unfortunately for TJ, I don't know why he doesn't pay attention, it's a Gravekeeper Spy, so not only is TJ going to take 1,100 damage, Chip is actually going to be allowed to special summon a Gravekeeper monster from his deck to his side of the field. Chip is going to be choosing wisely, but I think the monster that he will summon to his side of the field will get him to the advantage. Instead of Spear Soldier, he's going to go ahead and special summon Gravekeeper's Assailant to his side of the field. The 2000 Assassin, when Necrovalley is on the field, allows him to change the battle position of monsters when he attacks them when they are face up. So Assailant can turn a Scapegoat from a defense position to attack position and deal the same damage, but he can also turn a Jinzo from attack position to defense position to get him off the field, so you can use your trap card. So a really wise choice by Chip, but TJ might have a trick up his sleeve, a way to get over this situation, because both Gravekeeper's Assailant and Spy are stronger than both of his Monjus. So TJ with the saucy play, Lava Golem, by tributing both of Chip's monsters. This 3,000, 2,500 attack and defense monster is strong, but at the cost of 1,000 life points per turn. And as we guys already said, life points are an extremely important resource in this GOAT game, so he's going to pass it right back to Chip. Chip's going to take that 1,000 damage, putting him at 2,600 life points. And if that Lava Golem sits on the field for too long, Chip will lose straight up because of the Lava Golem. He switches it to attack, and TJ has the Threatening Roar before the attack is actually declared. Now keep in mind, a lot of players don't announce battle phases or whatever, they just turn monsters to attack and an attack. So while the attack declaration was declared, he never entered his battle phase, giving TJ an optimal time to use Threatening Roar. So a lot of times when people declare attacks, you just flip with Threatening Roar and you kind of like, you get the essence of what's going down. So Chip's going to take another 1,000 damage, putting him down to 1,600 life points. But this time around, he's able to tribute the Lava Golem for his Gravekeeper's Chief. And now we can essentially get almost back the exact same board, using Chief to special summon another Gravekeeper's Assailant. And one would wonder, TJ, we kind of seen you had the Relinquished play, did you not? Were we tripping? But then we think about it, wait, if he would have had Lava Golem on the opponent's side of the field, and all he had to do was sit there on vacay and just chill with another Threatening Roar, then it looked like TJ was going for the juggler just with Lava Golem, giving him a monster, and all he would have to do is pass his turn or survive for 2 more turns. And yeah, that would have been pretty easy to do with 3 monsters on the field after Threatening Roar. So TJ definitely had a win con right there. Lava Golem was trying to get him that bread, ladies and gentlemen, but he could not necessarily finish it up. And for the ladies and gentlemen that want to see these deck profiles, these are exclusive to Patreon for less than $1, or for as low as $1 a month. You guys can have access to so much more content, including these deck profiles. So TJ is going to go ahead and normal summon that DD Warrior Lady to his side of the field, and he's going to make a really good move right now. He wants to get rid of that, his monsters. He wants to push the envelope. He's going to go ahead and activate that Black Illusion Ritual and use one of the Monjus as a tribute for the summon of Relinquished. Relinquished is going to summon itself to the side of the field, but Chip has a response using Ring of Destruction to destroy the Relinquished before it can absorb one of Chip's monsters. And yeah, this is going to be like the 5th time both players have read Relinquished. It's like, do you not know what it does? Can you not read text, my friend? TJ making one of the worst decisions ever. He's going to go ahead and pick up the DD Warrior Lady. Don't attack with that DD Warrior Lady. Keep it to yourself. What are you doing? Even though there's no water decks around. What are you doing? Don't do it. He's reading Gravekeeper's Chief, acknowledging that, okay, he can use Monster Reborn, even though he doesn't play Monster Reborn. He's going to attack with the DD Warrior Lady and then use the DDWL to banish the Gravekeeper's Chief in itself. And it's like, what? You took damage on top of losing your monster just to get over a card that's not really a threat. On the end phase, Chip is going to go ahead and Mystical Space Typhoon TJ's face down monster, but it doesn't matter. The Gravekeeper's Assailant can just flip itself right back face up. And now TJ kind of has to deal with that 2K monster that can change monsters to attack and defense. Granted, losing the Book of Moon wouldn't have done anything either, so I guess you can force a position change. Chip is going to go ahead and flip summon that Gravekeeper Assailant back to his side of the field, looking for a way to do more than or equal to 4,900 damage. Kind of hard to do in GOAT format though. He's going to go ahead and normal summon Gravekeeper's Spear Soldier, getting maximum value out of his monsters. If TJ happens to have a scapegoat, well, he's going to lose 4,000 life points, one, inflicting 2,000 in the Assailant, switching the scapegoat to attack. That would be insane. Literally putting TJ, making one of TJ's best defensive cards into a really bad defensive card. It'll be a card that will lose you a game. It's almost worse than not summoning any monsters at all to his side of the field. TJ trying to figure out how to come away with this. He wants to get that W, secure that Swifty 2-0 on Chip, but Chip and his Gravekeepers are resilient, bouncing back even harder than before with two strong monsters to his side of the field. Thomas thinking about what he can do. He's going to normal summon Tsukiyomi to his side of the field, flipping the Gravekeeper Spear Soldier face down and then passing his turn. And this is where the questions come in, like, why didn't you just set the Tsukiyomi? Chip would have to commit another monster, and he still wouldn't have game unless the monster, like, that just didn't make sense. If he would have just set the monster, one of Chip's monsters would have attacked. He could have Tsukiyomi the other one and saved his life points. Instead of this time, he's just going to flip the monster's face down and set a card. Now, it did help that maybe Chip didn't see it, but he's going to see that opportunity. He's just going to go ahead and Rite of Spirit that Gravekeeper's Assailant and then push for game. Chip has to call it 100, but Gravekeeper or Necrovalley is still on the field, and you can't spell summon Lava Golem. And on top of that, the monster must be an attack. So many things wrong with that, and it doesn't almost matter because, again, Necrovalley is on the field. Chip's going to squeak out that win. Gravekeeper's playing resilient. He's going to go ahead and start off with Pot of Greed. Now, you guys should already know what Pot of Greed does, but we're going to go ahead and say it. It allows you to place 2 cards from the top of your main deck, and then they go into your hand. I couldn't think of a way to make it even longer. I just couldn't. Pick up your main deck. Take 2 cards from your main deck and place them into your hand. Then place this card into the graveyard. There you go. That sounds like a way to make Pot of Greed even longer than what it is. And it looks like we're going to start off with these sets. And there's only thing worse than a T set. And it's a trip. It's a quad set. Chip is asking to be heavy stormed. TJ following up with Nobleman across out to banish that face down Gravekeeper's Guard. He was looking for Gravekeeper's Spy, not hitting the exact card that he needed, but still getting some value. Gravekeeper's Guard is going to banish another Gravekeeper's Guard and possibly a third Gravekeeper's Guard from, yes, a third Gravekeeper's Guard from Chip's deck. So he's not going to have to worry about the presence of Gravekeeper's Guard flipping and punishing monsters on the field, especially tribute summons, and placing it back into TJ's hand. So while that Nobleman didn't get the desired monster, it still got max value. Oh yeah, one more thing. I know I haven't said this much, but if you guys want to see more GOAT format, then like this video up, show this video some love. We're actually thinking about giving you Patreon members some exclusive GOAT games, but that's for later on down the line. If you guys want to see this series continued, please show us some likes. Let's try to get to 250 likes. I know this is probably some of my lowest watched videos when it comes to live games. Some people like GOATs. Some people think that it's a little slow. Some people love the way or the interactions with cards. I want to know what you guys think about GOAT games, as well as like this video up if you want to continue to see this series. It's really important to let us as content creators know that you want to see more of the GOAT format. So TJ is going to start off with that Sangan control, punching it in for possibly 1,000 life points to, Chip 102. And he's going to go ahead and pass his turn right back to Chip. That's pretty much it. Goat. I'm not going to lie. Goat can be pretty, I don't want to say boring, but Goat can be pretty slow at times because of the nature of the format. Chip's going to go ahead and activate Necrovalley and set another monster in defense, trying to run away from that big, bad, scary Sangan. He's going to switch to Sangan to defense and then pass his turn. He knows that with that Necrovalley on the field, there's almost a 0% chance of Sangan running over anything. I think he's trying to attack with the Sangan in defense. What are you doing, TJ? What are you doing? You playing with Sangan too much. I know he has 3 eyes, but he can't see that face down monster. Both of the players seem to be at an impasse. So many set cards on Chip 102's side of the field. He's asking to be heavy stormed. And TJ is just going to set his cards face down and keep his Sangan in defense. He doesn't want no smoke with that face down defense position card. Now Chip's going to go ahead and normal summon Breaker and a Magical Warrior, trying to get some value. It's going to destroy a Mystical Space Typhoon to destroy the Necrovalley on the side of the field. So not only did Breaker lose attack, it kind of just triggered the Necrovalley to be destroyed. Yeah, Chip's going to go ahead and attack into the Sangan and allow TJ to get that Manju of 10,000 hands from his deck to his hand. And now it looks like that's going to be pretty much it for Chip's turn. He's going to pass it right back to TJ. Let's see what TJ has in store. TJ going ahead and drawing his card. He's going to start off his turn by normal summoning Manju of the 10,000 hands. That's going to either allow him to add a Black Illusion Ritual. Yes, a Black Illusion Ritual right from his deck to his hand. We can already expect Relinquished to be summoned to his side of the field. I'm sorry, I have to say it like that. If I don't say it like that, then I'm not doing anything right, ladies and gentlemen. It's just how the card has to be said. I don't make the rules, I just follow. He's going to set a card face down and pass his turn, and Chip has the response in Mystical Space Typhoon, destroying the scapegoats before they can ever be placed to the side of the field. Necrovalley's not on the field, so Gravekeeper's Assailant won't be able to switch monsters to attack. Spirit Soldier would still be able to inflict that damage, but it looks like Chip's not going to take that risk. It looks like it's going to be right back to Chip's turn. Both of these guys are readying their canes and walkers. These two grandmas know how to take goats to the next level. Not greatest of all time. They just call them soats. Slowest of all time. Sometimes my commentary like throws me off. You guys know I'm like not scripting anything. Like I don't script any of my videos whatsoever. I just go offhand. And whatever comes out, I mean, it just happens to come out. If you guys didn't know that's what I did, well, I mean, that's what I do. That's what we do. So Chip is going to have to find a way to break this terribly awesome board that TJ has. It's not really terribly awesome. It's just a monster defensive Manju. We don't necessarily know what the face down card could be. It could be Magician of Faith, I guess. But TJ probably should have used that to recur a... Wow. Yeah, you got to recur the Nobleman of Crossout to banish the Gravekeeper Spy, something that he was looking for. But it looks like Chip has a big brain play. He's going to flip up the Gravekeeper Spy and then flip up the Torrential Tribute, destroying all monsters on the side of the field, but then Gravekeeper Spy's effect resolves this Chain Link 1. And that's going to allow him to special summon a Gravekeeper monster to his side of the field and Gravekeeper's Assailant. Now, if you ask me, that would have been a smart play if you feared one of his face down defensive monsters. We already know that that wasn't a Magician of Faith because he would have just used it against Nobleman. We know that the card face down didn't really deserve to be on the field, so I think that the play was big brain, but I think that the opportunity to use it was definitely misused. He's going to go ahead and tribute that Gravekeeper's Assailant for Gravekeeper's Chief to bring that Assailant right back to his side of the field, and he has instant advantage. He's going to inflict 3,400 damage, bringing TJ down to 4,600, and he's going to take the driver's seat with Monster Economy, passing it right back to TJ. TJ's going to use that Sinister Servant to add it from his graveyard to his hand. One of the cards destroyed by Torrential Tribute, so it's kind of an egg. And now, he's going to start trying to make a big splash himself. He's going to activate Snatch Steal, taking the Gravekeeper's Chief. And to be honest with you, I don't know why he took the Gravekeeper's Chief, because we knew he had the Black Illusion Ritual, tributing the Gravekeeper's Chief to spell summon Relinquished. He should have just Snatch Stealed the Gravekeeper's Assailant and then snatched the Chief, because the monster would be stronger. It looks like he's going to run into a face-down Mirror Force, so it doesn't really matter. That monster's going to be lost and sent to the graveyard. Relinquish cannot protect itself from destructions, so while you want to get as much value by summoning it to your side of the field, you can't get a lot of value if it does get Mirror Force. He did get the Snatch a Monster, though. TJ is going to set a card face down on Monster in defense and then pass his turn. He's going to give it right back to Chip, who's going to then go ahead and activate Terraforming. Whoa! How old is this card, ladies and gentlemen? He's going to get Necrovalley back to his hand. And now we can use that Necrovalley to get some really big pushes. His monsters will go right back to 2,000. TJ's at that sweet spot of 4,600. It's not the lowest you can possibly get him, but we did see that face down trap card. And he's going to go ahead and use it, Rite of Spirit, to special summon a monster to his side of the field. I don't think I peeped any Gravekeeper Spear Soldiers, but yeah, he can definitely special summon a Gravekeeper's Assailant to his side of the field. And we know that TJ doesn't have any big body monsters. None of his monsters have the big booty. So he almost fears nothing with these monsters on his side, with this monster on his field. He's going to activate Necrovalley, making that monster 2,000. And then he's going to summon Spear Soldier to attack TJ's face down card, which is a, whoa, that is a ton of damage. He's going to attack into the Magician of Faith, which won't get its effect because Necrovalley is on the field. That's what the deck is about, disruption, ladies and gentlemen. And Necrovalley just provided the perfect amount of disruption because he could have gotten a Black Elusive Ritual, a Snatch Steal. He could have turned the tables with that Magician of Faith, but Necrovalley says no. No pass for you. And this game could right be in the driver's seat. TJ at 8,000 life points. Chip at 7,000. The amount of differential is just huge. The amount of differential. He's going to look through his graveyard and attempt to banish a Light and Dark. But no, Necrovalley is on the field. The clutch card. TJ's going to go ahead and scoop it up. It's nothing much to be said. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. And if you didn't, let us know in the comment section what we could do to be better. Please like, comment, subscribe, and most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day like I am.